I'm Jake, and you're watching Gas Guzzlers coverage of Infa Spring Break, and this is the BMW i4. Let's get into it. At the front of the vehicle, we have BMW laser lights, you know, because they have this fancy blue stuff. So you can blind everyone in the oncoming lane, but you will see where you are going and will be able to avoid the cars swerving because you blinded them. You do have your kidney grille right here. I know it's controversial. I kind of like the bigger grille. Sure, it's more of a butterfly than a kidney, but who cares? This grille integrates a ton of tech. Camera, ultrasonic sensor, and radar all packed in there. I think it's a really good looking vehicle. Let's move around to the side. The side of the vehicle looks a lot like a 4 Series Grand Coupe, and that's because these are largely made with a lot of the same parts, same production lines, except this one has a giant battery in the bottom, but it's not that giant. BMW worked really hard to shrink the height of the cells. They're 110 millimeters tall. It's about 4 inches. Doing that's going to lower the battery pack, make more interior space, and continue to lower the weight of the vehicle. In fact, its center of gravity is about 53 millimeters lower than a 3 Series. That's going to improve handling dramatically in this vehicle. Of course, you have frameless windows, big wheels right here. They actually have a lot more openness to them than electric wheels typically do. Electric wheels typically cover a lot of this space, so you have less turbulence, less air interference with the wheels, better mileage, but this one went for some sportier looking wheels. Overall, great looking vehicle. Let's jump to the back. Now looking at the rear of the vehicle, because it's that coupe, you have a ton of space, 470 liters. Putting the rear seats down is going to give you 1290 liters of space back here. Huge for a sedan form factor. Now, you do have a power outlet right here, and you do have a 40-20-40 split. I love that split rather than 60-40 because it lets you put skis right down the middle, and you can put the seats down from kind of a pool right here on the corner. So that is great to see. Let's talk charging. This thing can take up to 205 kilowatts of power. You can open it up right there to reveal your charging. DC fast charging this vehicle can get about 102 miles of range in just 10 minutes. Let's talk powertrain. 340 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque sent to the rear wheels, unless you get the M version where it will be sent to all wheels. The M version is also going to get a sport tune suspension. This guy right here is going to have air suspension on the rear axles. Let's talk range. 366 miles, I think it's 540 kilometers works out to, so pretty decent range on this vehicle. How about we test it out and get it on the road? Looking at the infotainment screen, here's what you're looking at. You see those blinking dots? That's your level 2 autonomous driving, making sure you're always looking at the road, and then you can take your hands off the wheel. And right here, I just want to show you the coolest feature of BMW infotainment. It has to be this drone view. Looking around, you can click, and like you are a drone watching the car, you can zoom around and see what's going by. You see we have some giant people right there that are like 4 times taller than our car. But yeah, that is just such a cool feature that BMW has. Quick look at the home screen, pretty typical, just showing your basic information. Now, going off for a drive in the BMW i4, I'm very excited for this. This is one of the top things I wanted to drive here at Spring Break today. And looking just straight out, you have a great view of the road, lots of glass. You have those huge windows because this is that coupe kind of design. So you have great visibility out of this vehicle as I'm looking around. And it just takes everything as you would expect a 4 Series to do, very competently, no complaints. I definitely, you know, I haven't driven the 4 Series Grand Coupe non kind of electric version, but this does, you feel those batteries down there. You feel that confidence going around corners. That really does translate into real world usability. I mean, to have a lower center of gravity, a significantly lower center of gravity, about 2 inches lower than a 3 Series, a much smaller vehicle, is really, really cool. And that's just a great feature of these electric vehicles. Another great feature is that instant torque. These roads are a bit curvy, but just pulling out of the curves, you can apply just a little bit of power and boom, you know, you're going 20 or 40 instantly and you're going to jail. But, you know, to keep you in check, you have that heads-up display always letting you know what the speed limit is. I do want to talk regen and braking on this vehicle. So the vehicle actually is smart enough to figure out if you're pulling up to maybe an intersection or something, and then it will actually slow the vehicle down more aggressively. It will use more regen if it detects that you're coming to somewhere where you need to come to a stop. Whereas if it detects you're on a highway or something, it's actually not going to be as aggressive with that regenerative braking, and it's going to let the vehicle coast. That's just some really smart BMW thinking. Now, there are 2 modes on this. There's D, you know, normal drive, where you have some regen braking. But if you pop the shifter over to B, you'll get much more aggressive regenerative braking. So that's going to help recharge your batteries faster, keep your range a little bit longer. And now we're going to do a hard acceleration in the BMW i4. So we're crawling right now, going like 5, and we're just gonna floor it. That sound is cool. I like the sound they put in there. It's not kill you fast. I think it's a 5.6 second 0 to 60, but it's definitely quick. I mean, even when you're at speed, you just floor it and you're back in your seat. And that's the thrill of electric cars, right? I see the Genesis GV60 right behind us right now.
And right there, folks, is tragically where the camera cut out. I want to quickly apologize for the irregular upload schedule, everyone. I know it's been a while. I'm getting ready to take my LSAT, my law school SAT, in early August, and I've been studying full-time with that while working a full-time job, so just getting the channel done has been very difficult. But I want to thank you all for your patience, for your support. We will have full-time videos coming back, full-length videos, once a week, once I get back at school and things kind of calm down. It's been a very busy summer for me, and I want to thank you all for your support. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you in next week's video.